you know you like that.
Hello everyone, how you doing? My name is Andre Looney. I am your host for the Light of My Soul podcast, and I'm so grateful, so thankful for being back. This is episode 7, and it's a lot to unfold. I really just want to share from the heart. If there could be a topic, or if there is a topic for this episode, episode 7, I would probably say just from my heart. And it's so much I want to share, show some clips and show some things that I'm personally working on just to continue to inspire people, children, men, women, husbands, wives, fathers. And so I'm just excited, but I just really wanted to just kind of go through this timeline. This is currently episode 7, so we've had 6 episodes prior to this episode dating back to 2022, and we came out on fire, we came out blasting. When I say we, my team, people that's really been supporting me, my team that's working behind the scenes, my family, just everyone that's stayed connected, that continue to inspire me. We came out straight out of the gate with fatherhood, and man, did we do that. Fatherhood, I talked a lot about my father, which is, he's in heaven now, March 31st, 2024. But when we came out with this podcast in December of 2022, I was really inspired about my father and just how he helped me to become a better father, which of course, ironically, we will end, we will end this journey with episode 6, how to become a better father. But when we started off in 2022, we talked about fatherhood because I wanted to show men, I wanted to show families that we could do this thing a better way. And so we came out with fatherhood, and just with the experience of me with my daughters and me with my father, it's just been so awesome. And then in episode 2, me and my father teamed up in episode 2, and we talked about marriage. Well, he talked about marriage because, of course, being married to my mom over 30 some years, the plethora of experience that he brought to the podcast, talking about marriage. We even had people come to the church and say, hey, I want to see where Pastor Looney is. I need to talk to him so they can help me in my marriage. Just a beautiful moment that he brought in episode 2. And I'm so grateful that me and my father was able to share in this moment, in this beautiful truth, in this beautiful reality back in 2023 about marriage. And a lot of things I took away from it, how to be patient, how to overcome challenges, how to understand your role as a husband, just so many different things that I took from that podcast. And then one of my good friends came in episode 3, coach and author Keem Ecom. Me and UK grew up together. We've been knowing each other since we were 12 in 7th grade. And he brought a lot of wealth and knowledge. To the set, to the podcast, exercising, eating right, just living well physically. And so just go to YouTube, go to the Light of My Soul podcast, and you can look at all 6 of these episodes that we've done. And then after that, we really took it to a spiritual level, and we talked about just having this knowledge in God, knowing that we were brought out of darkness into light. And that was such a powerful episode. That was such a powerful topic that we end up going part 1 and part 2. So episode 4 and episode 5 is talking about how God brought us from darkness into the marvelous light. And that's very important. And it's going to run right into some of the things that we're going to talk about today, because with all the things that's going on in the world, and I got a very important, two very important stories to tell you guys, and just in remembrance of all the things that's going on in the world. God is still continuing to show us that His light is shining brighter in our hearts. We talked about God bringing us out of darkness into the marvelous light in episode 4 and 5. And then recently, last year, we dug into, we got back into the fatherhood side. But in episode 6, the Light of My Soul podcast brought forth How to Become a Better Father, which is a book that God and my father inspired me to write and bring into the world. How to Become a Better Father. You can purchase that at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Or you can just reach out to me directly at 972-375-1387 and we'll get you a copy today. But we really dug in episode 6 on how to become a better father, and just really, this was right after my father went to heaven. And it was very emotional time. It was a tough time, but there was a lot of celebration. There was a lot to be grateful for, because for the 41 years that I was with my dad here on earth, he taught me so much. And the man that I have become, the man that I am, the father, the husband, and just the way I think, the decision making. And I want to share a few things with you guys, just to really share what's on my heart. But before I get there, check out the Light of My Soul. Go to YouTube, check out the Light of My Soul podcast, and go through and look at these episodes. Again, we're on episode 7 right now, and it's just really, we can title this episode From the Heart. I'm just excited to be back. I know it's been over a year. It's been over a year. Looking at this feed here, it's been over a year since we posted. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The last time we posted an episode was August of 14. So it's been over a year. It's been a lot that did happen in that last year. I got another book coming out. We'll talk about that here. We'll talk about that later in another episode. But this year we got another book coming out, a film that we're going to premiere here at the GMDT Family Church at the first Sunday in October. That's coming. We have another film coming, Witness 2, and then just a lot of things that God is putting on my heart to begin to start. And so with that being said, I want to share from my heart. And so as a man of God, as a father, a husband, a leader, I just want you guys to know that 100% I am down to earth, relatable, and I really want to get to some relatable things. I really want everyone to understand that we all are in need of His love. We're all in need of God's grace. So let me tell you guys something that happened this week. And I was like, yeah, the time is now. So for those that know me, you know me. If you don't know me, I'm going to tell you something about me. When it comes to my daughter, Sophia and Delilah, I am a protector. I am a protector. I'm a provider. I'm a communicator. I listen. And this episode is not about fatherhood, but it's the role, it's the life. So it's something I have to talk about. And every morning I take both of my daughters to school. Very rare that I don't get the opportunity to do. I'm grateful for the job that I have, that my schedule is very flexible and I can do that. And I hope that you guys embrace those moments. Mothers, fathers, embrace those moments with your children, because you'll look around. Look, my oldest daughter is about to be 15 in less than 30 days. My youngest daughter is about to be 12 in less than 4 months. So it's like, oh my God, where have the time gone? But the one thing I make sure I do is I cherish these moments. I cherish the time, because tomorrow's not promised. As much as we hear seize the day and and do what you got to do, and the time is now, we really need to own that, because tomorrow's not promised. And I'm reminded by that just by moments, things that have happened just in this week. So on Tuesday, so when I drop off my daughter from school, I get out. Both daughters, I get out and I walk them, and they both have to cross either a road or a street to get to school. So my youngest daughter has it a little bit easier. She goes to middle school, and she has to go just cross from the sidewalk to where they drop off the kids. She crosses that to get to the school. My oldest daughter, she's in high school, and so she has to, I take her to the sidewalk, but she has to cross a 4-lane road or street to get to school. So on Tuesday, I took my 6th grader, Sophia, I took her to school, and I got out, and we were having a conversation. We was walking on the sidewalk, and we got to where she needed to cross. And as I was looking at her, I just can hear. So this car, this guy bringing his child, just drove through this driveway between the sidewalk and the school, like he didn't know that was a crosswalk. So naturally, as a father, immediately something balled up, and as my daughter is standing right here, I hear him coming, and I just look, and I'm pointing as he's driving. I'm pointing, and he stops, and I tell my daughter, I look to the right to make sure the other cars understand what it is. This father is not just standing here as like a mannequin or something. It's a reason why I'm standing right here. So I'm looking at them like, you know what it is, you know what it's finna be. So I made sure my daughter get across, but as I was doing that, I began to walk up to the gentleman that just ran through about 30 miles. He was going about 30 miles. And I walk up to him, I'm like, I'm trying to get him to pull the window down. I'm like, you can't do that. Pull the window down, man. We got to have a face-to-face, because it does not make sense. You know this is where the kids cross. You know that there's kids that have to get from this point to that point safely, and you made that decision, you made that choice. So as a father, as a parent, as a human being that cares, right? That with common sense, let's say that, I'm gonna address this, and this is one of the things I wanted to discuss. We gotta address these things. It's no way I was gonna just turn and walk to my car like that. Just didn't happen. I truly believe there's a right way to address things that are going on wrong. And in this moment, I wanted to just let this individual know, man to man, because at the time I didn't know if it was a man or a woman. I just saw the car and I'm pointing. But as I was walking up, I didn't know who it was. It could have been the big bad wolf. At the end of the day, if I wasn't conscious, if I wasn't paying attention, if I wasn't aware, my daughter could have walked across, and that could have been a big deal. And I don't even want to get there, because Emotionally, I can't hang with that. So I was just trying to approach this young man and say, hey, you can't do that, man. You gotta think. You coming up to a school, you got to think when you driving up to a school that there are kids around. He didn't do that. He didn't think. So I wanted to approach him and just say, hey, roll the window down. Let's talk about this, because at the end of the day, he needs to understand that that can't happen again. Like, that just can't happen, because it could have been worse. Luckily, nothing happened, but it could have been worse. And so he did not roll his window down. He just kind of looked at me and did like this. In that moment, honestly, y'all, and remember, I said I'm a Christian man, but this is why I'm telling you that I truly believe there's a God. For you guys that know me, this is real for me, right? Almost is like you actually did it. Like, you almost hit my daughter. You almost caused an accident. It's like you actually did it. And so once he did that, it came off as he didn't really care. And it took a lot for me. I'm just being honest. It took a lot for me to go and try to bust the window out and pull him out the car. It took a lot for me not to do that. But the thing I do appreciate, first of all, God just really just kept me in a situation where I didn't spend that night and more days and more nights in jail. Or I didn't make things worse, right? Because at the end of the day, my daughter got to school safe. She came home. She got to see me, spend time with me. And I didn't want to, I'm glad that God helped me make a really good decision, even though I'm just being real. I was boiled up to the point to where I wanted to jump up. And like I said, I didn't even know what he had in his car. I don't know what ability he had, but he needed to know. And I felt like I had the right to do that. But I thank God, because I didn't do anything that took away time, that took away precious moments from being with my daughter. And I want to just really share that, because our decision makings and how we process things, you know, I truly believe, because the Bible talks about in Galatians the fruit of the Spirit, and the last one is self-control. You know, there's love, joy, there's love, joy, peace, long-suffering, faith, goodness, meekness, gentleness, and self-control. And I thank God, and like I said, I'm a believer that God helps us with self-control. I thank God that situation wasn't worse, but it could have been. But I did feel that it was my right to address it, because I do believe that we're here on this earth to make sure that we help guide people to do right. But I can guarantee you this, that next time that man get on that property and get on that same road, he will remember. He will remember. I guarantee he will remember not to do that again, because somebody did something about it. We all make mistakes, and thank God that we get second chance, but he will not get a second chance to do what he was about to do. So that's my spiel on Tuesday. Today. So this is Thursday. Today is Thursday. Mind you, Tuesday happened 2 days ago. So naturally, it's still in my mind, right? I'm still processing through it, because the what ifs is always the what if, right? So now I'm taking my daughter. So I took my daughter Wednesday. So my high school daughter, my daughter that goes to high school, she goes to school first. So now Wednesday happens after Tuesday, and I'm telling my daughter about it, and I'm like, you know, part of the reason why I walk you up so you can cross is because of Sometimes people are just selfish, they're inconsiderate, they're in a rush, they only care about themselves, whatever that is, that's just the way it is. People are going to be people, and that's why I pray and believe that as God is willing, He will change their heart. But in the meantime, we need to be aware. In the meantime, we need to have our eyes wide open and not just assume and figure out and think that things won't happen, right? So Wednesday, I talked to my oldest daughter about it, processed through it, talked to my wife about it. You know, we just kind of venting, getting it out. So today, on Thursday, I take my oldest daughter to school. So we park, I get out, I walk her to the end of the street where the crosswalk is, to cross a 4-lane road to get to the school. And I'm always, watching car. I'm making sure I want the cars to see me standing there just looking at them, like deep in their soul. You bet not move. You bet not move an inch. Like I want them to feel that. So a group of kids went on. Me and my daughter was next. I pushed the button, and here come a truck. Now, mind you, it's a four-lane road and one way. So there's 1 lane, 2 lane, 3 lane, 4 lane. 1 lane is closer to where we start walking, or where my daughter start walking. I stand there and watch. He's in lane 1. In this truck, just go. Right when I push the button, he just go. And my daughter's getting ready to take a step, and he go. And I'm pointing at it. I'm like, dude, I got now it's this way. My finger is pointing this way. I'm just like, dude. And I'm hoping, and at this moment, I'm hoping, because I'm pointing, and he saw me point. I'm hoping at this moment that he stopped. I'm hoping at this moment he stopped. Please, we got to have this conversation. We got to have, because you do not do that. You don't do that. And I'm standing there like, and I'm just like bawling, like, man, like, what are y'all doing? Like, you're not thinking, like, this is serious. This is serious. So now I'm like, okay, now God, what you trying to tell me 2 times in 1 week? Like, what are we doing here? And I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, man, I'm just glad that I have the time, and I'm glad that I have the mentality to want to walk my daughters and make sure they cross safely. And I know there's probably people looking at me like, man, his daughter's in high school and he's walking her to this crosswalk. Or his daughter's in middle school and he's walking her to this crosswalk. No, I'm going to tell you, it takes one, listen to me, y'all. I don't know how you feel about this podcast. I don't know how you feel about me saying, but here it is. It takes 1 second for something life-changing to happen. Just a small second. And I'm telling you this. And I know, and I'm not saying this is, I'm not telling everybody to walk their kid to the, this is me. This is just what is in my heart. I'm sharing from my heart. But I will tell you that we need to be more aware, and I do believe we need to be more aware and more involved. And this is more so for the people that we just gotta stop being selfish. You gotta think about somebody other than yourself. Think about it's somebody else's kid, right? It's somebody, like, it's not, I'm a little worked up because this is fresh for me. It's my reality. But I just really I think it's got to be a better way. I watch the news and I hear things like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old went missing, or this something happened to this person. And then I drive down the road and I see kids 3 or 4 years old, 30, 40 feet away from their house, and no grown up is outside. or I go to the park, or I go somewhere in public, and the parent is on their phone, and their kid is around the corner, and there's a blind side there. There's no beat. You can't see. You can't see. And I just be wanting to go up to the parent and say, for whatever it is you got going on, for whatever it is on your phone, it just takes this small moment for your life to change forever. And so this is just from the heart. I really wanted to share this with you. Got comment on the post. I'm gonna be posting this very soon. Comment on the post. Tell me what you think. Give me your feedback. Connect with me. I mean, tell me, is there more things that you guys want to talk about? Anybody want to come on and join on this podcast and be a special guest? I mean, I'm thinking of creative ways to get some feedback and communicate, and maybe open up a phone line or whatever. But like I say, I want us to be more of a community, for us to connect, for us to really be down to earth. I am a Christian, but let me say this: I'm a Christian that believes in God. This is not about religion for me. This is not about who you believe, what you believe. It's not religion for me. It's not about what's your denomination, or where you go to church, or what are you doing, and why you doing it. That's not what it's about. It's more about community, because I truly believe that the God that I serve is calling a people to come together, whether you lost, whether you're sinning, whether you're hurting, whether you're on drugs, to come together to experience His love. And in that, change will begin. Change will come. And so I'm open. I'm just grateful. I'm just sharing from the heart. And I truly believe that this is now the season that God wants us to come together and truly experience His love. And this is all out of love, because I believe that someone that's listening, someone that's watching, need to wake up and truly understand that it's a reason why we're here. It's a purpose. If you go to the high school my daughter go to, you go to the middle school my daughter go to, you will see in the morning, you will see a guy with a hawk eye. And I'm talking about, I'm watching. You see, my eyes are pretty big. I'm watching to see somebody do something because I'm gonna call them out. And I truly believe that's my purpose. But look, this was fun for me. This was I love it. I'm glad to be back. Welcome back to the Light of My Soul podcast. Welcome back. I got more things that I want to share with you guys. We got some upcoming things coming up. We got some clips. We got some interviews. We got some beautiful things coming up, and I'm so excited. Thank y'all for being a part of this community, this movement of the Light of My Soul podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Spotify. The Light of My Soul podcast. I'm your host, Andre Looney. Be blessed.